Art has been part of us since the very beginning. Before cities, before writing, humans found ways to say, "This is who I am." We painted. We carved. We sculpted. For thousands of years, art has been more than decoration. It's memory. It's communication. It's how we've told the story of who we are and what we believe. Imagine standing deep inside a cave, 40,000 years ago. You hear the crackle of fire. The light flickers across uneven stone walls. Someone lifts a piece of charcoal and draws the shape of a running animal, maybe a bison or a deer. Prehistoric art wasn't about beauty. It was about connection to nature, to spirit, to survival. These early drawings might have been rituals, prayers for a successful hunt, or simple celebrations of life. You can still see them today in the Lascaux caves of France, where bulls and horses seem to leap across the stone. Or in the Venus of Willendorf, a small sculpture celebrating fertility and human continuity. Made from earth, charcoal, and stone, these early works remind us of something timeless. Our human need to leave a mark, to say, "I was here, I existed." As humans built cities and civilizations, art gained power and purpose. In Mesopotamia, from around 3500 BCE, carved stone reliefs told stories of kings and gods. The Code of Hammurabi, etched into black basalt, wasn't just law, it was authority made visible. In Egypt, between 3000 BCE and 30 BCE, art served eternity. Pharaohs and gods were painted with perfect balance, every color filled with meaning. The Great Sphinx of Giza still stares across the desert, guarding secrets of the afterlife. Tomb paintings, like those in the Valley of the Kings, celebrate both life and the promise of eternity. In Greece, from around 900 BCE to 100 BCE, sculptors sought perfection in human form. The Parthenon sculptures captured grace, balance, and divine harmony. Across the world in China, bronze vessels and jade carvings honored ancestors and rituals. In the Americas, Mayan murals from 200 CE to 900 CE filled temples with vivid stories of gods, rulers, and cosmic cycles. Ancient art wasn't just to be admired. It was to be believed, revered, and remembered. After the fall of Rome, faith became the center of life. Art turned its gaze toward heaven. In the Byzantine Empire, from 500 to 1453 CE, golden mosaics shimmered in churches. Saints and angels looked down from walls, still and divine. Romanesque churches, 900 to 1200 CE, told stories in bold shapes and colorful frescoes. Gothic cathedrals, 1150 to 1400 CE, like Chartres, transformed light into art. Stained glass windows captured the sun, creating luminous scenes that told biblical stories to those who could not read. Artists like Giotto, active 1267 to 1337 CE, began to add humanity. A mother's tenderness, a child's curiosity, a saint's sorrow. Medieval art whispered one enduring truth. Life on earth is fleeting, but the soul lasts forever. Europe rediscovered the wisdom of the ancient world, science, anatomy, philosophy, and beauty. This was the Renaissance, a time when curiosity and human potential flourished. Leonardo da Vinci, active 1452 to 1519 CE, studied the human body, the movement of muscles, the flow of water, and the mysteries of light. His Mona Lisa isn't just a painting, it's a quiet conversation across centuries, a secret smile that still captivates the world. Michelangelo, active 1475 to 1564 CE, carved David, capturing human courage in marble. And in the Sistine Chapel, his creation of Adam shows the spark of life reaching across eternity. Raphael, active 1483 to 1520 CE, painted the School of Athens, gathering philosophers, scientists, and artists into one composition, celebrating harmony between knowledge and imagination. Botticelli, active 1445 to 1510 CE, painted The Birth of Venus, celebrating divine grace and the human form. Titian, active 1488 to 1576 CE, painted vibrant portraits, capturing emotion, power, and beauty. The Renaissance taught us that beauty and truth are intertwined. Art became human again, bold, curious, and full of wonder. It wasn't just a new style, it was a new way of seeing ourselves. The Renaissance gave us balance, but the Baroque age brought emotion. Baroque artists, active 1600 to 1750 CE, wanted their work to feel alive. Deep shadows, glowing light, and dramatic poses pulled viewers into each scene. Caravaggio, active 1571 to 1610 CE, painted The Calling of St. Matthew almost like theater, filled with movement and tension. In architecture, Baroque churches rose with grandeur, gold and marble, designed to inspire awe and faith. Then came Rococo, lighter, playful, and romantic, from circa 1720 to 1780 CE. Pastels, delicate forms, and scenes of love and nature filled canvases. Fragonard's The Swing invites a smile, a sense of elegance and whimsy. Where Baroque moved your soul, Rococo made you smile. Neoclassicism, roughly 1750 to 1830 CE, returned to classical Greek and Roman ideals. Artists like Jacques-Louis David painted moral stories in marble and canvas, like The Oath of the Horatii. Romanticism, active 1800 to 1850 CE, rebelled against strict control. Artists like Caspar David Friedrich and Francisco Goya captured the sublime power of nature, the depths of human emotion, and the drama of life. Friedrich's Wanderer, Above the Sea of Fog, evokes awe, curiosity, and personal reflection. Realism, from 1840 to 1880 CE, rejected idealization. Artists like Gustave Courbet painted everyday life, workers, landscapes, and ordinary people. The Stonebreakers reminds us of labor, resilience, and the beauty in reality itself. By the mid-19th century, the world was changing fast. Cities were growing, trains connected distant places, and photography began to redefine how people saw reality. Artists wanted to capture not the permanence of things, but the feeling of a single fleeting moment. This was Impressionism, a revolution in how we see light, color, and life itself. Claude Monet, often called the father of Impressionism, painted Impression, Sunrise, in 1872. It wasn't meant to be precise. It was a sensation of dawn breaking over the water, where every brushstroke shimmers with light. Critics mocked it at first, calling it unfinished. But Monet had captured something new: how the world feels before the eye has time to focus. Pierre-Auguste Renoir painted people in sunlight, friends laughing at cafes, dancing under trees, and strolling by the river. He celebrated joy, movement, and the beauty of everyday life. Edgar Degas turned his gaze to movement: ballerinas stretching, racing horses mid-gallop, life seen from fleeting angles. Berthe Morisot and Mary Cassatt brought a quieter revolution: the intimate worlds of women, painted with elegance and light. Impressionists painted outdoors under natural light, a radical act at the time. They abandoned studios, mixed colors on the canvas itself, and captured how light changes hour by hour, season by season. You can almost feel the wind in Monet's haystacks, the warmth of Renoir's summer afternoons, the cool shade of Degas' rehearsal rooms. Every brushstroke vibrates with motion. Nothing stands still. They taught us that beauty doesn't need to be perfect or polished. It can live in the instant. Every painting is a heartbeat in time, a whisper of the world as it once was, a reminder that even a fleeting moment can last forever. Post-Impressionists, 1885 to 1910 CE, pushed boundaries of color, emotion, and form. Van Gogh's Starry Night swirls with emotion and energy. Cézanne's Mont Sainte-Victoire explores structure, geometry, and perspective. Each artist left a deeply personal mark, bridging to modern art. Cubism, Futurism, Dadaism, Surrealism. The 20th century, from 1900 to 1970 CE, challenged everything. Picasso's Les Demoiselles d'Avignon breaks form into geometry. Boccioni's unique forms of continuity and space celebrates motion and modernity. Duchamp's fountain questions what art can be. Dalí's The Persistence of Memory bends reality and imagination. Abstract expressionists, 1940 to 1960 CE, like Jackson Pollock, made creation itself the art. Pop artists, 1950s to 1960s CE, like Warhol, celebrated the everyday, Campbell's soup cans and Marilyn Monroe. Today, art is global, diverse, and boundary-breaking. It's no longer confined to galleries or museums. It lives in streets, on screens, and in conversations. Contemporary art emerged in the late 20th century, around the 1970s, when artists began questioning what art could be. It's a world where technology, politics, and identity collide, and where every voice has a place. Artists like Jean-Michel Basquiat explored identity, race, and culture with raw, expressive energy. Ai Weiwei used installation and sculpture to challenge systems of power and question freedom. Yayoi Kusama filled spaces with infinite mirrors and dots, transforming obsession into beauty. And then there's Banksy, the mysterious street artist whose murals turn walls into messages. His Balloon Girl, a young girl reaching for a red heart-shaped balloon, captures both innocence and loss, a fleeting hope drifting away. Painted on the streets of London, it reminds us that art doesn't need a frame to move the world. Contemporary art invites us to question, to feel, and to see the world through new perspectives. It's not just about beauty anymore. It's about meaning, connection, and change. From cave walls to cathedrals, marble to pixels, art has always reflected the human heart. It tells our fears, dreams, and hopes. Every brush stroke, carving, and mural is a message across time, a whisper from one soul to another. Art reminds us that imagination is our oldest language. It's how we've said, "I was here," from the first charcoal marks in a cave to the digital creations of today. Every generation adds its own color to the canvas, changing, questioning, and reimagining the world. As long as we keep creating, the story of art will continue. Because art is more than history. It's humanity itself. It's how we remember, how we dream, and how we move forward. Art began with firelight on stone, and it will continue as long as there are hearts that dare to imagine. Because art is, and always will be, the story of us. If this opened your eyes to the world, hit subscribe, and I'll help you see the world through time's eyes.